Welcome back to Real Hoss Podcast, episode 21.
Welcome. We might have taken a break, but we're back better than your mama.
Or back stronger than ever.
We're back.
We're using two lights now, so the lighting is hopefully going to come across better and look better. We look beautifuler, stronger than we've ever looked before.
Minus one
Minus one
member. So.
What the hell's that supposed to mean?
No, we're missing Xavier.
Oh, I thought you meant like...
He said we're looking strong, but we're missing one.
We're missing Mr. Xavier.
Wheezy F, baby, and the F is for fucking subscribe.
Xavier's on vacation.
Yeah?
That was a good one, right?
Wheezy F, baby, and the F is for...
Fucking subscribe.
All right, you're here with Thomas.
Forget your name. My name's Edward.
Vinny.
I'm Jacob.
Yeah. Zach.
I'm Jacob.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? Here we are again. It's been 2 weeks. We're back. How
We're
does
back.
It feel? Does it feel good, bad, ugly? What is it?
Yeah, it feels both of those things.
I named
Sleepy.
3. I
Yeah.
named 3 things. So,
Good, bad. Oh, yeah. I didn't hear the good part.
For me, it feels sleepy.
Because you just woke up at 12:20 p.m.
I didn't wake up at 12:20 p.m.
You got out of
Thank
bed
you.
at 12:20 p.m.
I was actually up at 10.
I don't know. There's a
And I
video.
laid in
There's a
bed.
video in our group chat that says otherwise. You were shirtless with a messy head of hair in bed listening to like opera. Like,
No, I was watching dudes.
It's Duel of the
I didn't even
Fates.
know you sent that.
Duel of the what?
No, there was dudes. These dudes, like the stunt doubles from the prequels movies, were practicing the
The what movie?
fight scenes. Star Wars, dude. You've never seen it.
You just refer to it as the prequel movies?
Yes, everyone calls them the prequels.
With no context. They just
Yes.
refer to Star Wars movies as the prequel movies.
The prequel
With
Star
no
Wars
context.
movies. Yeah.
We're not talking about Star Wars. There's nothing
Zach
leading me to
said.
believe
Zach
that.
said, "Duel of the Fates." Everyone on Earth except for you knew.
A,
what
I
that
didn't
meant.
hear him say that.
Everyone knew what that meant.
B,
but
I
you.
still don't know what that means. I don't think people could signify that you're talking about the Star Wars movies just by saying the prequel movies.
Yes,
I had
they
no
can.
idea what you
Zach.
meant.
Well, no, I laughed because you said you were listening to opera music, and I said it was Duel of the Fates, letting you know that like I knew what the song was, and I was leading for like a question. Thomas just says the prequels.
Yeah, but everyone knows what you mean when you say the prequels.
Is that true? Is that like a...
I guess there's no other ones.
No, I'm not talking
Yeah.
about on a Star Wars Facebook group where you're like, well, the prequels.
Oh, the Star Wars Facebook group.
I
Yeah.
know you're the top. I know you have a badge for top fan on
I'm
the
in.
Star Wars Facebook group,
I'm in a Star Wars Facebook group.
but not the Star Wars.
Make
Not
a Star Wars
the
hater.
Star Wars. I'm in like Pazik posting. It's the Knights of the Old Republic group. It's an old Xbox game.
My voice is like fucked up, so I keep
It sounds
I keep
fucked up.
squeaking a little bit. Yeah,
You sound like
sound
you're
like an
super
idiot.
low energy.
I've been coughing a lot. Yeah, I've had a bag. I've had a bad bug.
Oh, you're sick?
I'm not sick anymore. I've just been coughing.
I was just sick, and I still have like lingering effects from it. Like my sinuses are like wonky.
No, I just been actually. Fucking heads up, fellas. If I sneeze real loud and shit on this episode, I'm probably gonna have snot all over my face. So let's hope that
Disgusting.
it doesn't work out that way.
Yeah, I really hope so because then that would be coming like my way.
I mean, I'm not gonna sneeze it at you. I'll sneeze over here, then I'll look back up and I'll have some boogers.
Yeah, but then I have to
That's
look
what
at it.
I'll wipe it after a minute.
If you do that, make sure you walk right up to the camera lens and show everyone your little boogies.
I forgot that I'm on this side now. Actually,
Is it wearing
I don't
you
like
out?
This. I don't like this. This is Xavier and Thomas' side. I'm supposed to be over there.
I get to do the thing.
No, that's on this side. You have to do it.
Well, I'm middle again, just like old times. Monkey in the middle.
Monkey in the middle. The poor little monkey in the middle.
I'm in the middle because it wouldn't make much sense if one of us was in the middle. If one of us was, if there's two on one side and one on one side.
Get your sentence together. Let us know in the comments if you guys notice any of Thomas's tics when he's on this side of the table.
Yeah. Oh, looking at the camera lens to make sure the camera didn't shut off. Yeah,
Dude,
that's
you
what I'm
do it a
doing when I
lot
look
though.
at
It's
the
not
camera.
like every
We've
couple
had-
minutes. You'll do it like 3 times in a span of 2 minutes.
We've had various
Technical issues.
technical difficulties. You cannot blame me for doing that. This is why me sitting in the middle makes no sense. I
mean,
can do it
does
without
make
looking.
Sense. You should stay there.
You
yeah.
can do it without
I can
looking.
do it without having to turn my head.
You can do it without looking. So we didn't have an episode last week. I think that we just needed a little breaky poo. I think we all had busy schedules and we just couldn't do it last week. But we are back, and this is episode 21.
As we've said. And we're going to talk about some really interesting stuff this episode.
As you can tell, we're chock full of interesting information and tidbits that we're willing to shed upon you.
I recently joined a slam death metal band, and well, it's been interesting because like the kind of vocals like they want me to do are like the really like low gurgly ones, which are like not normally what I do.
Yeah.
But they like what they've heard that I do. But here I am like really stressing this. I'll be in my room trying to make like the most like foul like toilet bowl sounds that I'm like capable of doing.
Yeah.
And then I'll think like, man, I'm just not good enough to do slam death metal. You know, and I think about like how crazy it is that like I'm beating myself up trying to make these really unpleasant sounds that ultimately I'm going to show someone and they're going to say, this would be awesome with some clean singing. I wish I could understand this.
Have you ever tried to do like clean singing
Oh
in
my
your bands?
fucking
In your
God.
bands? Like
It's
in
just like
actual
that's
music?
always like the question is it's like have you ever like thought of doing
No,
it?
I'm
Have you
not
ever
saying it like
tried
have
to
you
do
thought.
it?
I'm just saying like has that criticism ever gotten to your head and you're like, you know what, let me try it out. And then it was
It's
like,
not. It's not so much that like it gets in my head. It just gets annoying. You know, like it just gets the whole like everything that like I'm doing just kind of like it's like dismissed as like, well, I can't really understand it.
Need
You
some
know.
clean vocals.
I don't
But
know.
have you ever done it? You still haven't said that though. Have you ever, other than you just like maybe, you know, some years ago singing a song, but like have you ever tried to incorporate clean vocals in
Not in the
any band's music? That
not
you've
in the
been
sense that like someone would want clean vocals to be like what they mean is they want like a chorus.
Singy songy chorus, yeah.
Yeah.
Not like you not screaming and just
Yeah.
saying words. I'm saying like I'm actually, you know,
No, I don't want to do
try
that.
to singy sing.
I think like I couldn't do it if I wanted to. On top of like I guess I don't. You know, that's not me.
Not your thing. What about you?
Yeah, I like
He's
singing.
a singo guy. I love
Singo?
I love singing.
You say a
okay,
singo
it's
guy?
not that I don't like singing. It's just me personally when it comes to like how I want to express myself. I don't
just
want
like
to
to
sing.
yell.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to sing like a sing-songy thing. I want it to be more of like a piece of sound.
I personally like both a lot. Like when I do music, I like singing and screaming. I mean, like there's definitely certain music that shouldn't have both, I think. But like the music I'm writing right now is going to be predominantly singing and then maybe some screaming. But if I do screaming, it's going to be like heavy effects on it, probably just as like a background kind of layering thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, doing both is cool. For me, I feel like singing is harder and people are more critical on singing sometimes. So it's like really weird to sing on songs versus like screaming on songs. People are, well, you know, they're critical on that too, but I don't know. For me, like me personally speaking, screaming is easier for me than singing, but I like singing a lot. And I've been singing since I was a little kid, so.
I would sing. I would probably say that clean vocals, objectively, are more criticized than harsh vocals. Because I feel like with harsh vocals, as long as you have more or less the technique down and it sounds cool enough with the music, people are going to be like, "Oh, this sounds cool." They're not going to critique your voice that much. Whereas with somebody who's doing clean vocals and singing like that, if they have a weird voice or they're not hitting the right notes, it's a little easier to get more critical.
That's not really entirely true.
Not to say that it's harder than the technique of doing, harsh vocals, but I think it's more
No,
criticized.
there are plenty of people that are critical on harsh vocals. Me being one of them.
I'm just saying general general population.
No, but like if you're sure, but the general population thinks it all sounds like shit.
General metal population.
No,
They listen to
well,
that
I mean,
music.
like people who are like really into metal music, like they have their favorite like metal vocalists, especially like the more like you're like accustomed to like hearing that kind of thing. Like there's certain like styles like people are critical on metal vocals.
Yeah.
I know I fucking am.
It's not that I'm saying I don't think people are critical. I just think that there's more room to be critical for clean vocalists.
Sure.
Okay.
All
right. I mean,
I think the difference between the two is like, I feel like technique for singing is like a humongous pain in the ass to really nail down. Obviously, it's the same case with screaming. Like some screaming vocals sound like really bad, but also I think that like there is a place for like bad vocalists in like metal music, because some people just like when the vocalist sounds like shit. I mean, it's the same way with singing though.
The vocalists don't sound like shit if you like how they sound.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, I'm talking about the dudes who are like have no idea what they're doing, blowing out their voice, and then people like it. Like, there are some dudes who literally are literally just yelling, and it sounds cool, but technically speaking, it's not good.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it sounds like shit.
Yeah, but it's all opinion based, anyways. It doesn't really matter. But like, it's I don't know. I think with singing, like Vinny was saying, if you hit a sour note, people notice it immediately. I know personally, I'm more critical on singing than I am on screaming vocals, but that's just me. I like both though. Both are really cool.
Yeah,
and have their own things.
I don't sing, I don't scream, I don't make music, and I probably won't. So let's talk about what is it? What's everybody's favorite show of the year? The Curse. Whoa.
Oh, The Curse.
Whoa.
This is
I
the
curse
part of the
you.
episode
I
where
curse
if
you. Ooh, I curse you. Ooh, you better subscribe or else I curse you. If you don't like and comment and subscribe, I curse you. You've been cursed.
Dude, this is the part of the episode where we talk about The Curse. If you have not watched The Curse, turn this episode off right now and go watch The Curse.
No, don't turn it off. Just take what we say as
Well, leave it running in the background and then let it run and finish, but like mute it maybe.
take what we say as an accurate representation of the show or of the movie show. Yeah, show. I was thinking
Show.
Saltburn. I just watched Saltburn.
Cool.
Yep, too late.
I'm gonna put a little piece on it real quick. I agree. I don't think the cum slurping thing was that crazy.
Yeah.
I was expecting a lot more.
Yeah, it really.
I mean, it was like, ugh, ugh.
Yeah.
But like, it wasn't that crazy.
Yeah.
That's my take on Saltburn. All right.
That's the whole. There you go.
And I don't think. I think there was more to it than just being a fun mystery movie.
That's fine.
I think you were very off base.
That's fine that you think that.
All right.
I'm glad we're talking about this 3 weeks later.
So, anyways, The Curse. What was your guys's? We'll start with Zach because I know Zach has a lot to say about it. What was
Real quick before we say it, for those that don't know, new series A24 and who's the
Safdie? Ben
sh-
Safdie.
Benny
Isn't-
Safdie and Nathan
Safdie.
Field.
I thought it was another production company I thought there was a name for the production company, but regardless, Benny Safdie, A24, Nathan Fielder, Emma Stone. It's on. What the fuck is it even on? Amazon?
Paramount.
Paramount Plus.
It's about a 10-episode series. Go check it out if you don't know about it. If you know Nathan Fielder, you kind of know what to expect a little bit. Definitely a lot different from most of his other roles and shows, but still the same kind of atmosphere. So, Anybody?
So, I was gonna ask Zach, what was your favorite thing about the show? Like, if you had to pick one of your,
let's say a favorite scene.
We can do favorite scene. That's easy.
My favorite thing about the show was I thought that the acting was good. I thought the cinematography was good. I thought the writing was good. And I thought the story was good. And I thought when I watched the show, this is really good.
That's good.
True.
Yeah. Could you tell me why?
Well, the acting was good because when they were acting, it
was
felt
really
like
good.
they were acting.
It was really good, yeah.
And I was like, this is...
Well, it didn't feel like they were acting.
Well, yeah, you're right. It didn't feel like they were acting.
What made the cinematography really good?
The way the cameras were shooting things.
It was really good.
Yeah, it was really good.
Okay.
Like when they would have like a camera like looking at something, I was like, well, that looks
good.
crazy.
Yeah.
How they did that.
What about the plot?
What
makes the plot really good?
Because when I was watching it, I didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah.
And then when it happened, I was like, no way. This
really
is good. This is pretty good.
Really good.
Yeah, man.
The Curse, really good.
Um,
What was your favorite scene, Thomas? Let's not do whatever he just did.
my favorite scene. I can tell you one of them for sure.
Just
Well,
go ahead.
my
spit it
my
out,
overall
yeah.
my overall favorite my overall favorite
fuck
scene
was that, man?
was definitely in episode 9, when Whitney makes Asher watch all the shit she said about him, and then he gets up and leaves the room really upset, and then comes back, and then has the literal meltdown, like the complete mental breakdown.
That would be your favorite scene.
That scene was really cool.
That would be your scene.
I don't see that as necessarily mental breakdown because he's really turned on. Like he sounds like he's about to like bust.
Yeah, let's
Like
go
the way
an
he's like
episode without
talking because
saying
he's
the
like
C word.
he's like
Yeah.
because he does that like and he's into
Whitney. I'm all in.
yeah no and he's into that stuff, you know, like that's his whole thing. He's cuckolded from seeing his baby.
Yeah.
Well, I thought that he was like having a mental breakdown.
It seems
It's like the
more
way
like a-
is the way I took it. But
That
I
goes-
liked his
it could be
acting a lot in that
classified as I'm
scene.
sure. I'm agreeing with you, motherfucker.
I know
Like-
you're just talking over me. Yeah, I think that I really liked his performance in that scene, and I think that the camera focusing on Whitney's face a lot, and Emma Stone's like acting without saying anything, like her facial expressions and stuff were really crazy. Like the way she was responding to it was really cool. I really liked that scene. Aside from that, I really liked the scene when they're in that restaurant and Whitney goes to speak with the artist lady whose name is escaping me right now. Kara. She's talking to Kara, and then Kara's having lunch with her friend. Then he says, "Bless this burrito." I thought that scene was really funny.
I would probably say that one of my more memorable, favorable scenes are when Asher and Whitney are in the bedroom and they're Whitney's trying to change out of a dress and Asher's pulling the dress over her head. It was a goofy little actual like natural moment for them. It felt like for once, and then Whitney's like, "This is us, Ash. This is us. Let's do it again."
Probably my favorite moment in the show, though, that really like encapsulates for me the whole like of like Whitney's character is it goes back to what Thomas was saying. It's when Kara is with her friend and he's like really amping up like all like the Native American stereotypes, and Whitney's just gobbling this shit up, and he says like, "Bless this burrito," and then Whitney looks at him and says, "Wow, that was beautiful." And then later in that same episode, Kara explains the whole like the semblance of like eating of the turkey from her art exhibit that Whitney was like obsessing over, and she's like kind of like, what did I do wrong? Like, and she's going around telling people not to eat the turkey, you know, and the whole everyone's like telling you like not to talk about like what you experience in the exhibit, and then Kara explains what all of that means to her, and Whitney looks at her and goes, "Wow, that was so beautiful," and says it the same way she says it to the guy who was making fun of her. And here's the opposite. Kara's like pouring like her feelings into this, and Whitney still just sees her as like, oh, this is like this Native American shit that I don't understand, you know. And then she fucking retires. She quits being an artist because she's selling it on this show and feeling like she's betraying like her heritage. I thought that was like, I thought it was really powerful. And also Nathan Fielder, when he's like holding onto the tree and he's like screaming, like his performance there when he's like stop, you don't understand, like when they're sawing the fucking tree in half, and then that like sound of like terror, like that's actually like dreadful.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that his character sucks, like as a person, you know. I also think it's interesting that in that last episode, the second to last episode, when he tells Whitney, it's like I always said, or it's like you always said, we're so good on paper and paper covers rock, and then he's sawed off of the tree because scissors cuts paper. And then Whitney's also cut open, and the baby, you know, who I imagine is Asher reborn, considering he kind of like flies off and he's like in a fetal position, and then like the baby is born, and earlier in the episode he's like, it's a little me inside. Yeah.
And he said in one of his breakdowns with Whitney, he was like, without you, if you left me or whatever the case is, I would just disappear, blah, 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 blah.
And you wouldn't have to say anything.
Disappears.
I would just disappear. And that's what he did. He disappeared.
Dougie says to him in that one episode, he's like, what would you do in like an upside down, like crazy world where you don't have her? And he's like, I'd be nothing. And then he's upside down.
So are you guys, would you guys say that Dougie cursing him is what caused that, or?
Dougie cursed him, or Dougie mentions earlier in the show that he is cursed. And it could be like Dougie is seeing it right there at the end that like
he's cursed.
He's the one that's cursed. Like he killed his wife, and then Dougie cursed Asher, and then Asher dies.
Yeah.
And then Dougie loses his only friend.
Yeah, his only friend. He's an asshole the whole fucking
Yeah.
show. You know, he's a big like
unquote.
scumbag piece of shit. This is the only guy that'll like acknowledge him. You know, like even like Kara like talks to him like early on, and he's all like standoffish about her when he sees that she smokes. You know.
Yeah.
And so he has nobody. You know.
Benny Safdie's really cool, but I really hate his face in that show. It's the hair, like the way the hair frames his face.
He's supposed to look like a fucking
he looks like a
douchebag.
fucking scumbag, dude. I hate him so much.
Him getting in the argument with the mom over buying the kid.
No, that was awesome. That was like,
well, actually, you should be thankful for me.
yeah.
So I watched your son.
And she said thank you at the end of it. He's a scumbag.
I think what is also awesome is that entire show, like from especially like knowing what happens, the whole thing is really funny. Like Asher and Whitney in the house, like scrambling around, like crawling on the floors, trying to like get him down
Figure
from
out
the
the
ceiling.
pocket,
That is so fucking funny.
Yeah.
You know, she's just kind of like, you know, they've made this fucking like death trap of a house.
Yeah.
It's been hinted at the whole show that like the houses are not a good idea. Even when they're on like the Rachel Ray thing, she's like asking all these questions like, this sounds really stupid, you know.
The fact that it doesn't have AC
and then
shit.
yeah, exactly. And then even one of the things that Asher says when he's up on the ceiling is he's like, I hate this fucking house. You know, it's one of those things where like that's probably the only time where he's not like completely like submitting himself to Whitney.
Yeah.
But also in the sense of like in these like these HGTV type shows, you know, it's always like very fabricated and very like this is like the behind the scenes of that. Like these people will try and like sell you these like beautiful homes, and here they are being forced to like live in them, and they're like, this shit fucking sucks.
Yeah.
You know, like even they think it's stupid.
I also think it was crazy, like that they were having the baby and then they installed an air conditioning in the baby room because they were like, it's life or death. Like they were like, well, we have to take it seriously. We can't risk anything with the baby. But they're selling these houses to people and they don't give a shit. Just really speaks for their character and like how shitty they are as people.
One of the things about the cinematography that I noticed that throughout the whole movie. And I'm gonna call it the wrong name, but I'll call it widescreen, whatever, where it has the two black bars on top. But whenever they would show them filming the Flipanthropy or Green Queen, they had it full screen.
Yeah.
And it was like a lot more bright and colorful, and it like really gives you the it really pushes the message of like this is fabricated.
Yeah.
This is fake.
Well,
like, this is,
and yeah, to also like show you like this is how the show looks. And when you see how the show looks, you realize that it looks like all these other shows that you've actually seen before.
Oh, real quick. I can't remember the fucking name now, but my girlfriend Callie had said that it seems like they're blatantly making fun of a specific couple. Fuck, and I can't remember the goddamn name. All right. I mean, I guess that's stupid, but fuck.
There's a famous couple on HGTV that's like married and makes stuff.
It's
Sure, there's
married
multiple of
and
them.
no, but this one, and I'm gonna ask her right now.
We're gonna call a friend.
One sec. HGTV couple. But pretty much this couple that I'm referring to is like they're married, but it's very obvious like on screen that the wife is like kind of sick of the husband, and the husband's just kind of like a goofball, kind of just like fucking there, to be honest, whereas the wife is the one that's handling all the business and pretty much, the star of the show and in charge of, whatever business they have outside of the show. So it just resembles them more than other couples that I could think of or other HGTV shows. And this is the part of the podcast where
No.
Zach plays Pokemon Go.
I definitely don't think I like HGTV shows.
I used to.
Anything that's like supposed to be like reality is always very obviously fake. And I think that's just not my kind of show. But like seeing these people like in the curse be so like repulsive and discussing the whole show, like really makes you wonder like how much of that is like actually happening in real life. I'm sure like with a lot of these HGTV shows like the House Flippers and stuff like that, like it's the same kind of thing, and that's stuff that's happening every day.
I have a friend of mine. I haven't seen him in a while, but he was filming one of those kinds of like a Jersey Shore type show. I think it was like the Siesta Key show. And he was telling me about like, about how a lot of that stuff is like bullshit. But he was telling me that there's a moment where they were filming an episode and one of the, I don't know how you call them, actors or whatever, but one of them was having like an actual like breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
And like
They
was
just
like,
started filming it.
no, because they were like cussing at like the camera crew and like going off on them while they're like trying to like film something else and like grab like the attention to them. And my buddy's like, they're like, why aren't they wanting to film this? This is the real shit going on. But yeah, crazy stuff. Yeah, I don't know.
Something that, if we're getting back to the curse, is just it's a pretty basic thing that I'm going to say. But one of the things that really threw me off was seeing Nathan Fielder's fucking flaccid cock in the beginning of that.
Yeah, that was pretty
first
awesome.
one.
Probably wasn't real, but yeah.
It's like he said.
I like to think it's real, man.
It's like he says in the show. Asher says sometimes you have to go to great lengths to prove the message of your art. and
that's it.
He had to hang dong.
You can't stretch a banana.
Oh, I love when he says to the guy, what is it? He's like, if you were funny, you'd be like the comedians I watch on YouTube.
You're a tool. You know what? I am a tool because I fix things.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? There was something about it. Another one of my favorite episodes was favorite scenes is when they were in the I'll say like acting class, comedy class, and he says, okay, and there was a teacher in the middle, and he was like, okay, so now let's try an exercise where we make each other laugh without using our words.
Oh my god,
dude! The first lady just going like, or whatever the fuck. What was it? It was like. Just goes around, and dude, the anticipation was just building the whole time. Every time it went to somebody else, and then it's like showing Nathan's face, just kind of like looking back and forth. Right as it gets to him,
Yeah, he's like,
that shit was fucked up, dude.
yeah, no, dude, I yelled. And I feel like people say that and like it's kind of like exaggerative. I don't really do that when I watch TV or anything, but like I literally screeched when he did that. it built up in me. So when he did it, I was just like, oh fuck.
Nobody
Maybe
laughs in
uncomfortable.
that scene too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody. Well, it's like they're like,
Well, not for him. Like
oh yeah,
everyone
no,
else.
not for. And then they just move on.
Yeah.
And he's just composes himself, and they continue.
Dude, when he's at the comedy class, and then the instructor starts talking about Nathan Fielder, like he's talking about Asher's small dick
Yeah,
to the whole class. I was just like, oh my god, bro.
Is that a personal nightmare of yours?
Shut the fuck up. No, but dude,
Yeah.
that was like so like insanely stressful. Like that whole thing, and it was funny as shit though.
I'm trying to think like at what point was I the most like, like anxious? I really, or like not to be like that, to be like what part made me cringe the most, but like I really like most of the fucking show, man. Probably that dress scene that was pretty uncomfortable for me. But
I thought it was really crazy. I felt really like when Whitney went over to Kara's house and then played basketball with her.
oh yeah,
That was
funny.
fucking terrible. To get her to sign that form,
Yeah, that was funny.
that
Well-
whole like interaction was so terrible.
And she brings that Native American piece
Yeah.
to her, and she completely misunderstands that like Whitney's character. Because earlier in the show, she goes to one of Kara's like art pieces, and she's one of the displays are all of these like racist Native American like stereotypes of like that she'd find at like baseball games, and she stole them.
Yeah,
You know, and
as like claiming your
yeah.
like I'm taking your culture back.
Yeah, and they also like, what was it like the whatever like it was like couldn't like come at her because like they didn't want to like start anything
Oh,
because she was
okay.
like an indigenous person.
Yeah.
You know, and then Whitney sees a racist Native American statue, and instead of
and she thinks that it's a fucking
well, not even
hate
that.
crime.
No, it's not even that. She doesn't steal it. She pays for it.
Ah, okay.
Like she gives like these people who have this statue $8,000 for it, and then she tells like Kara about it. She gifts it to her, and she's like, "Yeah, I got this for you. I really stuck it to him.
Yeah.
I bought it. Like not I stole it. Like who wouldn't be like, yeah, I'll take however. Like money doesn't matter to her.
Yeah.
She's letting them like steal from the fucking jean store.
That was crazy. I was like, what? And it's just like notification after notification.
It's something she can just shrug off. Like whatever.
Yeah. And people just come in. That guy comes and flirts with the clerk, and just,
Yeah.
like I guess I'll take six beer. Like, all right. I was gonna say something about what you were just saying. I'm not gonna say it anymore because I forgot.
That's good.
I thought that was good.
Thank you. It was good.
Yeah, it was.
So I think a safe title for the episode, we could put it in stone right now, guys. Cherry Tomato Boys. It's a pretty easy one. Pretty
Cherry
basic.
Tomato Boys.
Cherry Tomato Boys.
You know one thing I'm gonna say about the curse.
We've said a few things.
Yeah, one other thing I'm gonna say about the curse. I don't think I liked any of the characters, man. By the end
you
of
were like,
it,
I don't
I
think I
hated
liked
all
any
of
of
them.
the
Like
show.
they were all fucking assholes. You know who I liked was the dude who said
Abshir.
bless this burrito. That's who I liked.
I liked Abshir. Abshir. Not Abshir. It's Abshir, I think.
Who?
Abshir? Asher. Abshir. Asher.
He's
Abshir.
the guy who's living in the home that Asher
Oh.
dies.
The
With
dude.
his family.
Oh,
His
yeah.
daughter
Yeah.
curses Nathan or Asher.
Yeah, he didn't really do anything wrong.
He's funny. Who's going to pay the property tax?
That
Well,
was
yeah,
kind of
it's-
crazy.
They're literally showing up there, and even Asher started filming it. I think that's what's the best part is they're putting on a performance as if they're being filmed, and you might like watch it and think to yourself like, why are they acting like this? There's no camera on. And then Asher like secretly filmed the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then they just have it on film of him like not giving a shit. As
a present to Whitney.
Well, and then like it's kind of implied that possibly the guy that's in the house is the person they were talking about in an earlier episode, the Ripper, who the one girl who's like one of the drivers like quits because her brother lived in those apartments, and then Whitney's family kicked them out.
Yeah.
And she's like arguing with her parents, and her parents mentioned that the reason they kicked the guy out was he was tearing out all of like the wires in the house and selling all the shit like in the place and not paying his rent.
Yeah.
And so it's implied that some people were noticing that the guy that's in the house with Absher when they all show up is probably that dude.
With Absher?
Yeah.
Who was the other guy with Absher? I thought it was just him and his 2 daughters.
No. When they show up to give them the house, don't you remember there's a guy in the house?
Yeah, they're like, who is that guy?
Yeah, and Absher, like he's like grabbing stuff, and Absher's like, hey, not right now. You don't remember
No,
this?
I can't remember that. No.
If you rewatch the
I'll
episode,
have
you'll
to,
see what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
But there's a guy in the house. He's a bigger guy with a ponytail, and he's got like facial hair.
Okay.
And he's in the house with him. It's when they gift him the house, and he'll like be walking in the background, and Absher will be like telling him like, "Hey, chill out," like. And so people are thinking that it's the same guy.
I'll have to watch it. I'll have to. I mean, I plan on rewatching the whole show again now that.
But the thing is that like those people have been living in that house rent free for a year, and they knew this day was going to be coming where they're going to show up to the house to evict him. And so Asher is thinking that he's doing this great kind gesture, showing up to them and like giving them the house on the day that he thinks that he's being evicted.
Yeah.
He's not just gonna like be like, oh, wow, thank you so much. You know, the only way you get that is if you have a Dougie that's like sitting there in the background who tells you after filming, hey, actually, can you like come at this being really excited?
Yeah.
You know, that show starts off with Fernando and his grandma, and he like starts putting water in her eyes, so he starts crying.
So,
you
all right,
know?
I think it's
because
enough.
because they don't look like she's crying enough, you know, and they
Yeah.
need to get the waterworks going, you know. So yeah, and then the reality of it is like when you get in this situation, and like he's like, it's just dust. When he's wiping his eyes, are you crying? He's like, it's dust.
Dust.
He doesn't give a fuck about what they got going on. Hey,
Got pointed at. Anyway.
I know. Man, I wish some rich white people would show up and give me a house, man. That's all I know. I really do. But
I wish Mr. Beast would show up and give me
yeah,
a house.
dude, subscribe to Mr. Beast.
Subscribe to
because
Mr. Beast. I've
I'm
been watching a lot
subscribed
of
to him
Mr. Beast
because
lately.
there's a chance that he could just give me $20,000 randomly.
You know what? I like this. Let's transition from talking and analyzing the curse to talking about Mr. Beast.
yeah, I agree.
That's a good
The
transition.
Mr. Beast curse. That's the name of this.
Mr. Beast.
Mr.
curse.
Beast and the curse.
Yeah, real shit though, guys. I've been watching Mr. Beast.
Yeah,
Have
I
you
know.
been have you
Jimmy's
been
watching
commenting
them.
on his videos, being like, "Pick me, Mr.
Pick
Beast.
me, Mr. Beast."
Put me on your next video."
I made sure I subscribed to him like 2 days ago because I was like, hey, it could be me. What if y'all see me on a Mr. Beast video? He's like, all right, I will pay you $500,000 if you kill everybody in this mall. I'm like,
Guess I'm killing everyone.
that's
in this
easy.
mall.
That's easy, Hoss.
$500,000
How
to
come-
kill tons of people.
Yeah.
How come he hasn't
Hitman.
done real life The Purge?
He's coming
He's
up
on
to
his
it,
way.
dude. He's done real life Squid Games. He's
Squid Games.
shot multiple tanks at whatever the fuck he wants. Honestly, I watched one the other day where he put like a fucking plastic box over his head, Tupperware over his head, and then like brought it down with him into a pool, and then stayed underwater with just his head in like Tupperware underwater for like I don't know a day.
Yeah, he's
a madman. He's a madman.
He
your
keeps
voice
trying
is
to
going
like
out.
he
I
keeps
did that
trying
on
to like
purpose.
one up himself over and over, you know. And
I
so
was just thinking
eventually
that, yeah.
he's gonna be like, "I dropped a nuke on an abandoned city."
Dude, what's crazy about him is like he'll do some like nice little challenge. Like he'll go to Winn-Dixie and he'll buy out the whole store, and then he'll donate it all to a food pantry and be like, all right, well now we're gonna go to Walmart, and it'll show like a map of him leaving Winn-Dixie and then dropping a fucking nuke on it. And it's
Yeah,
like,
I
what
thought
the
that
fuck are
was
we doing?
crazy. The editing is crazy.
The editing is crazy.
Yeah, he'll do something nice and then be like, "Now I'm gonna torture like 20 people for fun and give them money for it."
Call your mom and tell her she's hot. We'll give you $50. Like what the fuck? It's just start getting like real sadistic. He has he has like a brother, and I'm finding all this out. He has a brother who seems like he's a little like awkward and like less, social. And he wants to be a Mr. Beast YouTuber too. Of course, his brother's a billionaire. Why wouldn't he? So his YouTube channel is completely funded by Mr. Beast and multiple videos made to like promote it and like build it up and get all the shit together. The YouTube channel's name is Mr. Bro.
Nah.
So Mr. Beast has like him and then like two other dudes. Mr. Bro is Mr. Beast's bro and the two dudes bros. So it's a brother channel of Mr. Beast.
That's horrible.
A literal brother channel of Mr. Beast.
Damn.
I'm going down the Mr. Beast.
Imagine like you're
Paul.
just the brother.
Mr. Beast rabbit
your
hole.
whole life.
Yeah.
Like you're the brother.
Mr. Bro.
I'm brother.
I'm brother.
Vinny wishes he was Mr. Beast's brother.
That kind of money, yeah.
You'd have a channel called Mr. Bro.
Mr. Bro. It's funny because Mr. Beast will be out like giving like thousands and thousands of dollars for nothing. I saw like a little tidbit of a video that they had at the end of one of Mr. Beast's videos of the bros in a car, and they go to like Wendy's and they're like ordering stuff and they're like, okay, here, thanks. And they give them like, like 50 ones, and they're just like handing out a lot of ones. And I'm like, man, this just seems like the budget Mr. Beast. Like, why the fuck are they even doing it?
The budget Mr. Beast.
Budget Beast, Mr. Budget.
You think
Mr. Budget.
You think maybe like Mr. Beast is like Asher or Whitney from The Curse, like actually a really bad person?
Probably.
Maybe, man.
He has like a robot demeanor about him though, because sometimes people will make a joke and he'll be like, "Yeah." I'm like, what the fuck?
He's terrifying, to be honest. He's a little scary.
He's good at YouTube.
Yeah.
Can't deny it.
No,
He's good at
he's the
YouTube.
master of YouTube.
He's Mr. YouTube.
He's kind of like King YouTube. Emperor YouTube.
I think I need like a Mr. Beast, like trucker hat. Mr.
Yeah,
Beast.
man, we already know what you're getting for your birthday.
Mr. Beast, load me up with some swag.
Vinny's getting Mr. Beast merchandise for his birthday.
I need Mr. Beast merch.
Does he have Mr. Beast trucker hats?
I don't know.
No, they're all dad hats. We looked, remember?
Yeah, I think they are dad hats.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
Mm-hmm. Just crazy.
Yeah, I know. Mr. Beast wears dad hats. It's cool with Mr. Beast.
Yeah, Mr. Beast wears dad hats, and he's way more rich than you'll ever be in your entire life.
Okay.
Maybe it's because of the hat.
He's also more rich than you'll be in your entire life.
Yeah. But maybe if I keep wearing
By,
dad
like,
hats, I'll eventually be
quadruple.
like Mr. Beast.
He's like double the amount of rich that I'll ever be in my life, but
No.
he's like quadruple yours.
You think you're going to make $100 million in your life?
In my life? Next year.
Okay.
Do you see how well these Real Hoss t-shirts are selling at realhoss.com?
Not very good.
We're on our way to take over Mr. Beast merch.
I once had a guy say to me, he's like, if I don't make $1 million by the time I'm 30, I'll consider myself a failure. And I'm like,
Who's that?
oh shit, some guy.
Me.
Just some
It
guy.
wasn't
Some
me.
guy.
What guy? Where?
No one that you know
From when?
from work.
I know him.
Yeah.
Vinny confirmed doesn't know anybody.
I don't know anybody.
True.
What was I gonna say? I might be speaking this into existence a little bit, but hopefully next week, fellas, we might have a surprise guest or two. It's not gonna be a surprise because I'm gonna speak it now and hope that it works out. But we might have some boys from our favorite band, Burial Joy, come visit and shit and fart with us.
That'd be cool.
Yep, that's kind of all I got as far as that goes. Hopefully they come. Maybe they don't.
Yeah, so tune in next week. And
You suck! You suck! You suck! All right, thanks for joining.
Tune in next week for our episode with Barrel Joy. Hopefully, probably, maybe.
I'd like to end this episode probably the same way that the curse ended, if you guys want to.
You're going to fly away into outer space and die?
I was thinking about it, yeah.
Well, there's a roof here, so you'd kind of get stuck on the ceiling, so I don't think that would work. You remember what happened last time you did this? All right, that was episode 21 of the Real House Podcast. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Like, comment, subscribe.